Good evening, everyone, from Blair Field here in Long Beach, California, where tonight your defending Pioneer League champion Oakland Ballers gear up for Game 2 of this three-game road series against the Long Beach Coast. Second game of this three-game set, with Oakland hoping to even the series one game apiece. As we welcome you to the Ballers pregame show, my name is Gareth Kwok. Thanks for tuning in. Whether you're tuning in through the Ballers YouTube channel and through the Home Team Network, and we're gonna take a listen in to tonight's national anthem very briefly here after Oakland fell 8-7 yesterday in walk-off fashion. A walk-off sacrifice fly from Johnny Pappas was the difference in that one. Let's take a listen in now to our national anthem today.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red wave bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, well, they do sing the national anthem pretty early here in Long Beach, but it was very nicely sung. And Oakland is hoping to even up the series with a victory today after falling again yesterday, 8-7 on a walk-off sacrifice fly from Johnny Pappas. The Ballers led by 5 through the first 3.5 innings, thanks to a 4-run third. But Long Beach responded with 3 runs in the fourth, a run in the fifth, and 3 in the sixth to take a 7-5 lead. After a 2-out fielding error by Nick Lee, he set up a go-ahead 2-run double from Matthew Bardowell to give Long Beach its first lead of the game at 7-5. But Connor Smith, the rookie catcher, responded with a solo blast in the 7th, his first professional home run to cut the Coast lead in half. And with the Ballers down to their final out in the top of the 9th, Gina Ibarra sent a 2-0 fastball from Zach Volker over the left field wall for a game-tying solo homer, his league-leading 17th of the season, to even it up at 7. Unfortunately, though, Long Beach would win it in the bottom of the 9th against Matt Maloney. The Huntington Beach native walked the first 2 batters, gave up a sacrifice bunt, and Pappas hit a fly ball deep enough into left to score Jalen Edmonds from third and win the game for the Coast. Final score yesterday, 8-7 Long Beach, and Oakland will send the right-hander Charlie Hurley to the mound against the former Ballers right-hander Nick Bautista for Long Beach as part of our 2 pitchers brewing pitching matchup. Hurley faces the Coast for a 3rd time this year, and Bautista faces the Ballers for a 2nd time this season. A good pitching matchup on paper, but when we come back here in the Ballers pregame show, my pregame conversation with the rookie catcher Connor Smith, the Rockland native who went 3 for 3 with a solo homer, his first as a professional in just his 2nd pro start. We get his thoughts, any plans for that ball that was retrieved from his teammates out in left field. Our conversation with Connor Smith is coming up next here on Ballers pregame right here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to the Ballers pregame show. Gareth Kwok alongside the newest Ballers catcher, the Rockland native Connor Smith, who went 3 for 3 on Tuesday night here in Long Beach with his first career home run. Connor, your first career homer to left in the 7th. Take us through the moment. How did it feel hitting your first professional homer?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, I've waited for this moment a long time and worked really hard. So I'm very grateful that I get the opportunity to come out here and play for the Ballers.
Did anyone get the baseball for you?
Yeah. The pitchers got the baseball for me. They lobbied hard for the left fielder to throw it into the pen. So I'm thankful for them. They got it, and I have it in my bag.
Any plans with what you hope to do with the baseball? Is it going to be on the shelf or given to a family member?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to my dad. He's been a big inspiration for me. He played ball too, and I think he'll really appreciate having that ball.
Well, 3 games in as a professional since you joined the Ballers. Just how are things treating you so far here in Oakland?
Yeah, I mean, I love the team so far. I'm still learning everybody and meeting new people and starting to really gel with the team. And these guys here, they make it really easy. They're really great people, and they love to play the game, same as I do.
How did this opportunity come about after you had just completed your college career at Cal State Monterey Bay? How did this all originate?
Yeah, well, I had a connection through a summer ball coach, and he talked to Tyler Peterson a lot and got my name out there. It also helped that I won the Division II Gold Glove behind the plate. I know the Ballers were looking for another catcher that could stick back there defensively and help the team out. So it just happened that this was a really good opportunity, and the timing worked out.
Well, if you weren't with us with the Ballers, you were telling me that some family plans were in the works. Where would you have been if you weren't here with us in Long Beach?
I would be in Hawaii right now on vacation, and that's all right. I've never been to Hawaii, but that's all right. I'd much rather be playing professional baseball with some good friends.
I'm sure the family was very understanding of the decision once there was the baseball or family vacation.
Yeah, they knew this wasn't an opportunity I could just pass up. So I made sure and told Tyler I'll be there.
Was the Smith family tuning in through the first couple of games?
Yeah, they were listening on the radio broadcast, I believe. And so they said that they were at dinner in Hawaii, jumping up and down when they heard I hit a home run. So I'm glad that they were tuning in.
I love that. Connor Smith is our guest here on the pregame show. Do you remember who the first person you ran into on your first day at the clubhouse? Do you remember who that was? Who greeted you at first?
I think it was Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right next to my locker, and I met him, and we were talking a little bit about where we went to school and his experience in college and my experience in college, and he was very friendly to me. So I'm appreciative that he took the time to get to know me on that first day.
Did you make the drive down from Rockland to Oakland once the deal was finalized?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I did. That very next day, which was Friday, I had actually broken my bat on Thursday, so I left a little early, went to the store, bought a bat, put some grip tape on it, and made the drive down to Oakland. Got there around 2:00 and suited up. So, yeah, it was a great experience.
Well, you mentioned you won a Division II Rawlings Gold Glove at Cal State Monterey Bay. Just what was your reaction when you heard the news that you were going to be awarded the Gold Glove?
Yeah, I mean, I had no clue, honestly, that I won it. Actually, a friend had texted me and said congrats, and I didn't even know why he texted me that. But no, I mean, I knew I had great defensive numbers. I couldn't say that I expected to win the award, but I knew that I was going to be considered as one of the top catchers in the nation for Division II. But I'm very, very grateful that I won that award. That's a very special thing to me. I'm very proud of that.
How much have you worked on your defense throughout your career, and what would you say is your best attribute defensively between the arm or your blocking, your receiving?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked a ton. Being a taller guy at 6'4", it's been tough to keep the traditional style of catching on 2 feet. So I've had to transition to one knee catching and learn all of that. And so it's been a process. Framing that low pitch with a taller body is a little bit tougher. So things like that I've had to work on my college career. But I would say my best attribute behind the plate is my arm strength. I'm known for throwing runners out. I like to back pick here and there. And it really, when I'm on and when I'm throwing well, I can change the game. I can keep runners at first base. I can keep them at second base. And that puts, less pressure on our pitchers.
Much thanks to Connor Smith for joining me pregame as the Coast have taken the field early. Again, we have a 6:35 scheduled first pitch, but they're already warming up, and Nick Bautista is into his warm-ups here at 6:32 p.m. local time. So let's take a look at the starting lineup for Oakland. It is time for Oakland Ballers baseball. Wherever you're tuning in, I'm Gareth Kwok, live here in Long Beach from Blair Field. And here is the Oakland starting lineup. It's presented to you by Rubenstein. Tremaine Cobb, the shortstop, leads off. Isai Santos is back in center field, batting second. Jake Allgaier, the third baseman, hits third. Jaden Calora, the catcher, hits fourth. Jeter Ibarra, the first baseman, hits fifth. Cam Buford, the left fielder, hits sixth. Paul Winland is the DH, batting seventh. Brendan O'Sullivan, the second baseman, hits eighth. And batting ninth is the right fielder, TJ McKenzie. Defensively for Long Beach, this is how they align. Eddie Pelk is in left, Emilio Corona in center, Matthew Bardowell in right. On the infield, Dylan Lena at third base, Anthony Mata at short, Jacob Jablonski at second, Cooper Vest at first, and Cuba Vest behind the plate does the catching. As the former baller Nick Bautista deals the first pitch of the game, it's a fastball on the outside at 91 for a called strike. And we get things going today at 6:33 p.m. local time. So 2 minutes earlier than originally scheduled, the pitch. Cobb takes a fastball at the top of the zone for a called strike, and it's 0-2 on the Ballers' leadoff man. Nick Bautista, the 24-year-old from Monterey Park, California, working from the stretch. Deals, though, two. And it's a fastball just off the corner outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The former baller, who was then waived and then claimed by Long Beach, sets at the belt, now comes home. And Cobb takes a breaking ball up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bautista with a record of 3-1, a 4.57 ERA as he makes his 5th start in a Coast uniform this season. The 2-2 pitch. Cobb takes down and away with the breaking ball, and it's a full count. 21 2/3 innings pitched from Bautista, 29 strikeouts, and maybe more impressively, just 9 walks. The payoff pitch coming to Cobb. And Trey hits a sharp ground ball into left field for a base hit. So Trey was hitless in 5 at-bats yesterday, and here he starts out his Wednesday with a leadoff single against his former teammate. And up to the plate comes Isai Santos. Bautista last started for Long Beach last Wednesday against Yuba Sutter as he deals the first to Santos, and it's a fastball at the belt for a called strike 1. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts in a loss at Yuba Sutter. The 0-1 pitch to Santos. And Isai takes a fastball just a bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Ballers center fielder. Bautista is facing the Ballers for a second time this year, and he had a good start against Oakland back at Raimondi Park on June the 18th. He's ready at the set, 1-1. Santos taps it foul on the ground behind the plate, 1-2. He went 5 innings, allowed 8 hits, but just 3 runs. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts for Bautista. Cobb is at first. And now a throw over to first base. Cobb dives in safely. Bautista was the winning pitcher in that game as he outdueled Aiden Rissy. One ball and 2 strikes on Santos. Yesterday, 1 for 4 with a double to left center. Cobb's got a big lead off of first. And he goes. 1-2 is lined foul off to the left. And the count holds 1-2 on east side. Santos hitting .292. He's got 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He comes into the week with the second best slugging percentage on the team. So despite a lower average, a lot of his hits have gone for extra bases. Bautista's 1-2 is chopped to first. That is fielded in foul ground by Vest, and it's ruled a foul ball. And Cobb doesn't know it initially as he broke on contact, and he thought he got forced out at second. Vest fielded the ball right in front of the base and threw to second. But the first base umpire, Bud Dunklin, right there on the call. Ryan Blaberg is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Brandon Hastings, our crew chief, is at third base. And Bud Dunklin is at first. 1-2. Santos lines it to second, caught by Jablonski. Throw to first. It's a double play. A line out to second, and Cobb took one shuffle off the base for his secondary lead, and that's all it took for Jablonski to then throw him out at first. Not really much that Trey could do there. He's moving on contact, and once he sees that ball into the glove of Jablonski, he has to race back to first, and that's just a very short throw for Jablonski to double him off. 2 outs for Allgaier, base is empty, and the first pitch fastball is low, called a ball, and we have a challenge from the catcher, Bess.
After review of the red pocket hold strike zone challenge, the pitch has been overturned to a strike.
The pitch did indeed hit the bottom of the strike zone after the ABS challenge. So Long Beach successful with its first. 0-1 on Allgaier, who got the quote-unquote day off yesterday, although he did pinch hit and then later played third late in the game. There's a breaking ball on the lower outside corner for a called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. He had played in every game of the year up until yesterday. At least started every game up until yesterday. 0-2. Allgaier flies it foul off to the left. Count remains 0-2. No score here in the top of the first, just underway on this Wednesday from Long Beach. Another picture-perfect day for baseball here in Southern California. Bautista comes home, and he misses up and away with the fastball. It's 1-2 on Allgaier. Hitting .326. 9 home runs, 35 runs batted in for the second-year baller. Jaden Clora waiting on deck. Bautista throws, and Allgaier swings and misses at the splitter for strike 3. And then Bautista's first strikeout sends us to the bottom of the first. 0-0 our score, and when we come back, Charlie Hurley takes the hill for Oakland here on Ballers Radio. No score. We go to the bottom of the first. Long Beach up to bat. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for manager Troy Percival and his coast. It's presented by Rubenstein. Eddie Pelk, the left fielder, leads off. Emilio Corona, the center fielder, at second. Cooper Vest, the first baseman, bats third. Matthew Bartowell, the cleanup man, is in right field. Cuba Bess, the catcher, hits fifth. Jacob Jablonski, the second baseman, hits sixth. Dylan Lena, the third baseman, makes his pro debut. He's batting seventh. Anthony Mata, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Derek LaFerrier, the former SF State Gator, DHs and bats ninth. Defensively for Oakland, this is how they align. Cam Buford's in left field. Isai Santos in center. TJ McKenzie's in right. On the infield, Jake Allgaier at third base. Tremaine Cobb at short. Brendan O'Sullivan at second. Jeter Ibarra at first. And behind the plate catching is Jaden Colora. As Charlie Hurley deals the first pitch. And it's a cutter on the inside corner for a called strike one. Eddie Pelk, a left-handed bat, one of the best hitters in the Pioneer League. 0-1. Breaking ball down the middle, looked at for strike two. And it's no balls and two strikes. Hurley likes to work quickly, working on the third base side of the rubber. The 0-2 is a fastball taken down the middle for a called strike three. And Eddie Pelk is set down on 3 straight strikes to begin his night, which is something that we have not seen very often from the pesky Pelk, who has drawn far more walks than strikeouts to start the season. One away for Emilio Corona, right-handed bat. First pitch is a slider outside for ball one. Hurley, the former USC Trojan and Texas Longhorn, 24 years of age, deals. Corona swings and misses at a fastball, and it's now 1-1. A 6'8", 225-pound Sacramento native makes his 6th start of the year. 1-1. Corona takes a fastball on the outside for a called strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He last threw on Thursday in Modesto. 1-2. Corona taps it foul behind the plate. Still 1-2. 5 innings of 5-run ball, 7 hits, 4 walks allowed, and 5 strikeouts. Although his offense, a rare off night, he did not give him much run support. That was a 6-1 Modesto win on that Thursday. 1-2 is a breaking ball outside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Corona, who is Long Beach's home run leader. 11 home runs, a .303 batting average, and 37 runs batted in. 2-2. Breaking ball a bit low and outside, and it's a full count on Corona with Cooper Vest, the first baseman, on deck. No score, 1 out, bases empty, 3-2. Corona chops it foul down the first base line. The 11 homers for Corona, tied for 7th most in the Pioneer League. The tall righty Hurley is set at the belt, and the 3-2 comes. And it's a fastball just off the corner outside for ball 4. A 1-out walk brings up Vest, the first baseman. Vest, a left-handed power bat, tied for 10th in the league in runs batted in with 43. Corona runs. First pitch is high and outside. Throw down by Corona is wide right and late. Corona steals his 12th base of the year. 1 ball and no strikes after the pitch was high and outside, almost like a pitch out. 1-0. Slider misses inside. It's 2-0. Ballers in their road greens once again for a second straight game. Ballers in block leathering, colored in yellow across the chest. 2-0. Slider is low and in. 2 good sliders, but just missing the inside corner. It's 3-0. On deck is Bardowell, the right fielder. Hurley looks at second, the 3-0. And Vest takes all the way. A fastball down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. He's a .358 batter. 8 home runs for the former BYU Cougar. And now Hurley steps off the rubber. Vest was on base 4 times in 5 plate appearances between a triple, double, hit by pitch, and an error. 3-1. Vest checks his swing on a slider, and on the appeal, Brandon Hastings, the crew chief, says no swing. So it's back-to-back walks issued by Hurley, who is facing Long Beach for a 3rd time this season, and they have gotten to him both times. They were his first 2 starts of the year, and he has become a much better pitcher. But in those 2 starts, Long Beach tagged him for 15 earned runs, and he did not get past the 4th inning in either of those starts. Here's Matthew Bardowell. First pitch is flared in the shallow center. Caught by O'Sullivan. He throws to second, and they double up Corona, and the inning is over. A little blooper from Bardowell that was caught by O'Sullivan on the back pedal in shallow center field, and Corona, he took a couple shuffles off the base, and he gets doubled up as O'Sullivan threw to second. Side retired, 2 walks, 1 man left. We go to the second. No score here from Long Beach on Ballers Radio. Top of the second inning, no score here from Long Beach. Time now for our Caltrans keys to the game, and my keys for the Ballers today. Number 1 is no gifts, errors, walks, wild pitches, pass balls, anything that would gift Long Beach a free base and would lead to a free run. This is a Coast team that is just too potent to give free bases and gifts to. And number 2 is win the battle, as Calora stands in, and he takes a fastball on the outside for strike 1. This is a Long Beach team that will fight with each and every at-bat. Don't be surprised to have at-bats go 7, 8, 9 pitches deep, and these Ballers pitchers will have to stay strong and win the battles today. The 0-1. Calora takes a slider inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Calora, Ibarra, Buford, 4, 5, and 6. Dude up against Nick Bautista. Bautista fires a 1-1, and it's a slider on the inside corner for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On Calora, who did not start yesterday, but pinch hit for Leahy in the 7th. He grounded out to third with the bases loaded, or excuse me, with the men on the corners in the 7th. 1-2 in the dirt with a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Calora holds the 10th best batting average in the Pioneer League, hitting .398 with 4 home runs. 2-2. Calora swings and misses at a fastball inside for strike 3. One out for Ibarra. Nick Bautista, a former Rangers and Mets farmhand. This is his 2nd season in the Pioneer League. And again, he was with the Ballers in spring training and made a couple of appearances for Oakland that first week or so of the year before eventually joining Long Beach. The first pitch to Ibarra is a fastball outside for ball 1. He split last year between Missoula and Joliet in the Frontier League. Holds at the belt, 1-0. Ibarra lines one sharply in the left center. That's down for a base hit. It splits the gap and rolls to the bottom of the wall. Ibarra digs for 2, and he is in there standing with a double. Well, Jeter has had a nice series so far in Long Beach. That's already his 4th hit. Yesterday, he fell a triple shy of the cycle. 3 hits, 2 runs batted in, including a game-tying home run in the 9th with Oakland down to its final out against Zach Volker. The Pioneer League's home run leader at second base. The 2nd hit off Bautista thus far, and here comes Buford. Right on right matchup. Bautista looks at second twice. Now delivers. And Buford takes a fastball low for ball 1. Buford making a 2nd consecutive start in left for Oakland. I should say a 3rd consecutive start. 1-0. Buford takes a breaking ball on the outside for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. He was dealing with a bit of a shoulder issue over the course of June, but the shoulder is now healthy enough. 1-1. Breaking ball on the outside, called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But now it's healed up, and he is feeling much better and receiving more and more reps in left for the former Pioneer League champion. Ibarra with his leadoff second to pitch. Fastball just a bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Buford with Paul Winland, the former Long Beach Coast infielder, on deck. Two balls and 2 strikes. Bautista throws, and Buford checks his swing and fouls it back behind the plate. Still 2-2 on Buford. 279 batters, 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Bautista sets at the belt. Now the pitch. And Buford breaks his bat, a one-hopper to third. That's scooped up by Lena. The throw to first is in the dirt, but scooped out by Vest for the second out of the frame. Here is Paul Winland now. As mentioned, Oakland in their road greens, Long Beach in their home whites. Long Beach across the chest in teal with the teal caps and the teal numbers on the back. Sort of like an off-white color, though. As here is Winland. First pitch, he takes a breaking ball outside, ball one. And right now, most of the infield is in the shadows. The plate, though, exposed to the sun just a hair. Most of the outfield is in the sun. 1-0. Swing and a miss. On a fastball up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. It can't be the easiest batter's eye right now in the box because you got the outfield in the sun. The pitcher is in the shade. And then you as a hitter in the sun. 1-1. Winland takes up and away with the heater. 2 balls and a strike. A very comfortable 71 degrees. No clouds in the sky here in Long Beach. The 2-1 from Bautista. Winland chases a splitter in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Bautista has a 3-pitch mix, a fastball that'll sit in the low 90s, 92 to 93. He has a slider and a splitter. And he's been able to harness the off-speed pitches since joining Long Beach. 2-2. Winland swings and misses at a high fastball, and that will end the inning. Bautista with his 3rd strikeout. He strands the 1-out double at second base, and we go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here from Long Beach on Ballers Radio. Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at hefins.com. Bottom 2, Cuba Best, the catcher, leads off for Long Beach against Charlie Hurley. First pitch is a breaking ball grounded foul down the first base line for strike 1. No score. Bess, Jablonski, and Lena, the 5, 6, and 7 bats for the Coast. Dude up here in the second. Hurley's 0-1 is a breaking ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bess is hitting .348, 10 home runs, 42 runs batted in. 1-1. Bess rolls it foul down the first base line. 1-2. He's an older guy, 28 years of age, from Grand Canyon University, a former Red Sox and Rockies farmhand in his second year in the Pioneer League after he was with Grand Junction last year with the Jackalopes. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now, fastball goes right by the swinging Bess, and Charlie Hurley has his second strikeouts of the day. 1 down for Jablonski. Well, we talked about Charlie Hurley. His first 2 starts against Long Beach did not go his way, but his last 3 starts have been his best. 15 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings in his first 2 starts as he gets Jablonski to swing and miss at a fastball 0-1. In his last 3 starts, though, 10 earned runs in 17 innings pitched, which is an ERA of 5.29. 0-1. Jablonski fouls it off of his right foot. That is protected with a shin guard. It's 0-2. And if you can live around an ERA of 5 in the Pioneer League, you're doing yourself a really good job, considering how advanced the hitters are. 0-2. Change up low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and especially with how Hurley is adjusting to the Pioneer League and the hitter-friendly ballparks and the high elevation of some of these visiting stadiums we go to. 1-2. Jablonski hits a deep fly ball to left center field. Isai Santos is back, looking up, and it is gone. Jacob Jablonski hits his 11th homer of the year. And Long Beach scores the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Coast here in the second. .406 feet to the left of the batter's eye. At 104 miles an hour, the exit velocity. Hurley threw a fastball right down Broadway, and Jablonski just absolutely crushed it. It's his 11th homer of the year and his 5th against Oakland in the season series. First pitch to Dylan Lena, who is making his pro debut, and takes a ball outside, 1-0. Lena was just signed by Long Beach today. He is a Long Beach State infielder. Pitch is a fastball high. 2 balls and no strikes. Just completed his college career at Long Beach State. 241 batter with the Dirtbags with 12 home runs and 46 runs batted in. Bit of a discussion between Hurley and the home plate umpire, Ryan Blayberg. 2-0. Lena fouls it back into the padded backstop. 2 balls and a strike. Spent a couple of years at Golden West College in Huntington Beach before then transferring to Long Beach State. 22-year-old local. Hurley's 2-1. Fastball is inside. 3 balls and a strike. One 0 Long Beach on the home run from Jablonski. 3-1 pitch to Lena is lined to deep left center. Santos is back. He makes the backhanded running catch before crossing onto the warning track. A loud second out brings Mata to the plate. Mata with good numbers thus far, a 324 batter, 2 home runs, 19 runs batted in, although he went 0 for 3 yesterday. First pitch, fastball taken down the middle for a strike, 0-1. He did lay down a crucial sacrifice bunt in the ninth to advance 2 runners into scoring position. 0-1, fastball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, and the next batter was Johnny Pappas, who fly the ball deep into left center to bring home Jalen Edmonds and the winning run for Long Beach in the walk-off win. 1-1. Slider low. 2 balls and a strike. LaFerriere, the DH on deck. 2-1. Big curveball snaps in there for a strike. That was the first big one from Hurley, and it's 2-2. The 2-2. Breaking ball inside. He tried another curveball, but that time missed well in. And it's a full count. They are showing the score of the United States men's national team playing at Levi Stadium against Bosnia Herzegovina. And the United States is going to advance to the round of 16. 3-2. Curveball is high. Ball 4. Third walk issued by Hurley. 2 outs, man on first for LaFerriere. A 2-0 win for the U.S. And they will advance to the round of 16 and take on Belgium, who came from behind, down 2-0 with 10 minutes left in regulation to tie the score. First pitch, LaFerriere takes well outside and high with the heater. Ball 1. To force extra time and then a game-winning penalty with basically just a couple minutes left to defeat Senegal 3-2. Spin throw to first, and back in standing is Mata. All the knockout stage games have just been terrific entertainment thus far. I mean, cannot have asked for better drama in each of the first, I guess this is the 4th day of knockout stage play. 1-0. In the dirt, good scoop by Calora. 2 balls and no strikes. And not too far from here, as Calora is going to jog out to talk with Hurley out on the mound. Not too far from Long Beach is Inglewood, the location where SoFi Stadium is. And they are hosting a round of 32 matchup tomorrow at noon between Spain and Austria. And I was just curious what the the get-in price for a round of 32 matchup between Spain and Austria is at SoFi Stadium. And I don't know. I was thinking maybe $500, $600, and at least the 2 websites I saw on StubHub and Ticketmaster, $957. Mound visit over. Here's a fastball on the inside corner that's called a strike. 2-1. $950, and I don't think that even includes fees for a get-in price for Spain, Austria tomorrow at SoFi. 2-1. LaFerriere bounces it weakly to second. O'Sullivan stays with the in-between hop and throws out LaFerriere to end the inning. Jablonski gives Long Beach a 1-0 lead with a 1-out solo homer to left center. We go to the 3rd. It's 1-0 Coast here on Ballers Radio. 2 innings through here in Long Beach. It's 1-0 Coast on the Ballers. Second game of this 3-game series. A Long Beach win would secure their 3rd series victory over the Ballers in this season, as Brendan O'Sullivan leads off against Nick Bautista. First pitch to the right-handed bat. He's brushed off the plate with a fastball well inside for ball 1. O'Sullivan, McKenzie, and Cobb, the 8, 9, and 1 bats, stood up for Oakland here in the 3rd. Bautista deals 1-0, and O'Sullivan lines it sharply into left, and that falls in front of the left fielder Pelk for a base hit. He had his first multi-RBI game as a pro yesterday with a 2-run double in the 4th, and he's got his 2nd hit of the series. Leadoff man is on for TJ McKenzie. Third hit of the game already on Bautista. They are creating traffic. Here is the first pitch to TJ. And it's a good slider on the outside for a called strike 1. McKenzie did not start yesterday, but he did come off the bench as a defensive sub for Buford in the 7th. And he did take 1 at-bat and ground it into a fielder's choice. 0-1. Oh, he stumbles off the mound and does not release the pitch. It's a balk. And that is, unfortunately, a balk on Bautista if you're Long Beach, because I think he just got his spike stuck in the dirt as he was delivering the pitch. And so that free 90 advances O'Sullivan to second base. Oh, 1 on McKenzie. A look at second. The pitch. Now he shows bunt, and he misses a breaking ball inside, and it's 0-2. Well, I don't mind the idea at all to try and advance O'Sullivan to third base, but McKenzie just couldn't quite bunt that breaking ball inside into the field of play. It's 0-2. The pitch is line foul down the right field line. Now he's just trying to protect and perhaps get O'Sullivan over to third base with a ground ball to the right side. I think Bautista just got his front foot stuck as he was planting during that balk. 0-2. TJ strikes out swinging on a high fastball. He tips the fastball into the glove of Bess for strike 3. 1 away for Cobb, and Bautista already with 4 strikeouts on the day. Trey Cobb, the hitter. Singled to lead off the game in his first AB. First pitch. Cobb takes a big breaking ball at the knees for a strike. 0-1. Cobb, a .327 hitter coming into today. 7 home runs, 26 batted in. 0-1. He taps it foul at the plate, and it's 0-2. He's no longer the Pioneer League leader in stolen bases. Quite the surge from a couple other competitors to overtake him for that top spot. Alex Fernandez of Glacier with 26. 0-2. Cobb rolls it softly to first. That is a fair ball, gloved by Vest, and he steps on the bag for the out. O'Sullivan advances to third, but there's 2 outs now for Santos. Two out for Santos. It was Oakland yesterday that opened the scoring. and who led by as many as 5. Long Beach holds a 1-0 lead here in the top of the third. First pitch to Santos is lined sharply into center field, and Corona plays this on the bounce. It's a base hit that ties the score as O'Sullivan touches home plate. And Isai Santos with RBI number 30 on the year makes it a 1-1 ball game. Ambush the first pitch breaking ball up in the zone and lined it sharply back up the middle. Here comes Allgaier now. So a 2-out game-tying single from Santos. And Jake Allgaier digs in. Spin throw to first. And Santos is picked off at first base. What a quick move from Batista, and Isai's not arguing it. A quick tag as well from Vest at first base, and the inning is over. But Isai ties it up with a single up the middle, and it's a 1-1 game as we head to the bottom of the third here on Ballers Radio. Bottom three here from Long Beach. It's a 1-1 ball game after Isai Santos ties the score with a single up the middle with 2 outs. Time now for our Pacific Pipe climb to the PBL standings update. Long Beach at 29-8, occupying the top spot in the league, and a win today would also mark their 30th win of the regular season. They'd be the first team to reach 30 wins this year. First pitch to Pelk from Hurley is a breaking ball high, ball 1. Billings at 27-9. They've lost their last 2, still occupying that second spot. 1-0. Pelk hits a sharp line drive in the left for a base hit. Pelk was held in check yesterday. He was hitless in 5 plate appearances. He did walk twice, but he's got his first hit of the series. And it brings up Emilio Corona. So even though Billings is 1.5 games back on Long Beach, they occupy that second first half playoff spot by 4.5 games on Glacier, who has won 8 in a row, but still is 4.5 games back out of a playoff spot. First pitch to Corona is lined into right, sharply hit. McKenzie sprints after it. He can't get it. Past the outstretched glove of McKenzie. He bobbles the baseball, throws it back in. Pelk advances to third. Corona with a double. And the first 2 men in scoring position here in the third for Cooper Vest. Modesto at 22-15. They've won back-to-back games, but they are 5.5 games out of a playoff spot. And then Boise and Ogden, 21-16 on the outside looking in, 6.5 games back out of a playoff spot. Cooper Vest, the hitter. Infield is back for Oakland in this 1-1 ball game. First pitch is a fastball high and outside, ball 1. With Oakland's loss yesterday, it officially eliminated the Ballers from first half playoff contention. So officially, Oakland will not win a fourth consecutive half. Pitch. Oh, good curveball from Hurley. And Vest was well out in front for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oakland will try and generate some momentum heading into the second half. 1-1 in the dirt and smothered by Calora. 2 balls and a strike. After today, just 10 games left in the first half. The second half will begin on July the 14th. 2-1. High and outside with a breaking ball. 3-1 now on Vest. Oakland will begin the second half on the road right back here at Blair Field to take on the Long Beach Coast for 3 games. 3-1 in the dirt on a breaking ball. I don't know if that hit Vest. It might have hit him. Either way, it's ball 4, hit by pitch. Vest will be awarded first. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for Matthew Bardowell. It's officially a hit by pitch. I believe the ball was spiked in the dirt and then it hit Vest on the lower leg. Infield is back. Corners are halfway in for Oakland. With Bardowell at the plate, first pitch. Fastball at the knees for a called strike 1. Oakland will gladly trade a double play for a run here in the last of the third. 0-1 from Hurley. Bardowell checks a swing on a fastball. Did he go? No on the appeal, says Bud Dunklin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Long Beach threatening. Can Hurley and Oakland limit the damage here? 1-1. Bardowell takes up and in with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Hurley does not quite have the fastball command as sharp as it has been the last couple of starts. 2-1. Breaking ball, and he gets Bardowell to foul it off, just off the end of the bats. And I think if you're Bardowell, you're lucky that you just got a piece because that was the perfect pitch for him to roll over to third or short and start a double play. Instead, he'll get to see 1 more pitch at least. 2-2. Here it is. Breaking ball inside. It hits him on the back. And that allows Pelk to score. And Long Beach takes a 2-1 lead. Almost felt like Hurley was just trying to guide that breaking ball on the inside, and it didn't quite come out right. So a single, a double, back-to-back hit batters, and it prompts a mound visit from pitching coach Jim Diedrich. No outs still in the frame. Oakland yesterday received a 5-inning start from Aiden Rissy, but still 4 relievers were used by Aaron Miles between Alex Cisneros, the newcomer Jake Villar, Connor Godwin made his Ballers debut, and then Matt Maloney, who I would guess is unavailable for today because he has pitched in 3 consecutive games. So Diedrich walks back to the dugout, and for Hurley, he's going to have to take a deep breath and find a way to keep this at a manageable deficit. You won't feel too bad if maybe 2 or even 3 runs are allowed in this third, but you can't let it spiral into a crooked number for Long Beach. Here's Bess. First pitch is bounced up the middle. Shortstop Cobb gloves. Throws the second for 1 out. O'Sullivan's turn to first is late. A fielder's choice RBI for Bess brings home Corona. And the Coast double their lead. It's now 3-1 here in the third. It was a hard hit grounder hit away from Cobb to his right. Went as fast as he could, but Bess ran pretty well up the line. Bartowell is forced out. Men on the corners, one down for Jablonski. Opening offering. Breaking ball taken down the middle for a strike. 0-1. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 hit batters. Jablonski took Hurley deep in the second with a 400 6-foot homer. 0-1. Fastball low. 1-1 on Jablonski. His 11th homer of the year back in the second and the 5th against Oakland. 1-1. Jablonski fouls it back into the backstop. It's 1-2. Former Idaho Falls Chucker. This is his 3rd and final year in the Pioneer League. He now gets to come home to Southern California. Palmdale is his hometown, about 86 miles north of Long Beach. And he waits a 1-2. It's lined down the third base line, but just foul. And thank goodness. He scalded that ball down the left field line. Another fastball that Hurley left right down the middle. Vest is at third, Bess at first. Bess runs, the pitch is high. Calora's throw down to second is not in time. A short throw from Calora. Forced Cobb to scoop it on the short hop. And Cuba Bess with only his 2nd stolen base of the year. So that eliminates the double play possibility. And now what does Aaron Miles do with his infield here? With 2 men in scoring position and 1 out. The corner infielders, Allgaier at third and Ibarra at first, play halfway. Middle infielders back. 2-2 is cranked to right. It is absolutely destroyed, and it is gone. Jacob Jablonski has done it again. He has had 2 at-bats, and he has had 2 homers. This one, a 3-run shot. And Oakland now trails 6-1. It's a 5-run inning for Long Beach here in the 3rd. A fastball up and in that Jablonski was ready for. 389 feet. 101 off the bat. I mean, he is just torn apart Oakland pitching this year as Lena takes a fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes. 4 RBI already for Jablonski. The pitch. Lena swings and misses at a fastball. 1-1. So it is a crooked inning here for the Coast. 5 runs on 3 hits. 1-1. Lena takes a fastball down the middle for a strike. 1-2 on the rookie from Long Beach State. 1-2. Breaking ball chopped to third. Allgaier cuts off the shortstop Cobb. He fields and throws on the run to get Lena. 2 outs for Anthony Mata. (6-1) Coast. Hurley has dealt 64 pitches on the day. Mata drew a walk in his first at-bat. First pitch is a big curveball low and outside for ball 1. (1-0) pitch. Mata chops it foul down the third base line. It's 1-1. So the Coast have attacked Hurley for a third straight time. One. Mata bloops it foul over towards first, 1-2. He surrendered 10 runs in his first start against Long Beach and just 3 in the third innings. 6 runs in 3 in the third innings in his next start against the Coast. And here he surrendered 6 runs through 2 2/3 innings. 1-2. Mata takes low and outside with a breaker. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two outs, bases empty. 2-2 pitch on the way. And Mata strikes out swinging on a high fastball to end the inning. Long Beach, though, scores 5 runs on 3 hits. The biggest hit of them all was the 3-run homer by Jacob Jablonski, his second of the game. And Long Beach, through 3, holds a 5-run lead. It's 6-1 Coast here on Ballers Radio. A big inning for the Coast in the bottom of the third as they score 5 runs on 3 hits, including a 3-run homer from Jacob Jablonski. Now how does Oakland respond as we go to the 4th? 6-1 Long Beach in the second game of a 3-game series. Jake Allgaier leads off. He's followed by Jaden Kalora and Jeter Ibarra. 3, 4, and 5 bats against Nick Batista. The former Ballers righty deals, and Allgaier takes a fastball on the outside for strike 1. Allgaier struck out swinging in his first at-bat against Batista. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And the right-hander fires an 0-1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, 0-2. Allgaier uses a timeout. Steps out of the batter's box to stretch things out. Now re-enters for adjusts the helmet. Batista has been sharp so far. His 0-2 comes. And Allgaier fouls it back into the screen. Still no balls and 2 strikes. A lot of the Ballers familiar with Batista, given that they not only were his teammates, but they faced him in those inner squads during spring training. 0-2 in the dirt with a slider, 1-2. And they got to see him at least twice or so in those inner squads throughout the week at Raimondi Park during that evaluation period for Aaron Miles and Jim Diedrich and James Harris. 1-2. Allgaier gets jammed, but flips it in the shallow left field, and that drops in front of Pelk for a base hit. So a fastball that ran in on his hands, but he somehow gets a little blooper in the left down the line for a leadoff single. And the Ballers have created traffic against Bautista. That's the 5th hit of the game. Only show for it. Meanwhile, Long Beach just 4 hits in this game, and they have 6 runs. 2 of them have left the ballpark for the Coast. Here's Calora. First pitch is low with the breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. He, out of anyone, probably should know Bautista the best, given that he caught Bautista those first couple of starts and outings with the Ballers. 1-0. Slider is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Allgaier with his lead off of first base. 2-0 pitch. Flora takes a fastball middle in for a strike. It's 2-1. Oakland down by 5. It's 6-1. Long Beach here in the 4th. 2-1. Flora takes a fastball in, and it's 3-1. Bautista only pitched in 3 games for the Ballers. One of them was a start before joining the Coast. So this is his 9th appearance total this year. 3-1, line down the right field line, foul. Just ahead of the fastball. It's now 3-2. Sparse crowd on hand here in Long Beach. Yesterday was a terrific crowd, a lively atmosphere. They had a $2 ticket Tuesday promotion. Allgaier runs 3-2, hits Calora on the foot. And Jaden is hobbling a little bit as he walks down the line. I mean, that was a fastball that hit him right on the foot. Don't know if it got him on the toe or if it caught him more on the middle of the foot. But Allgaier's at second. Calora draws the hit by pitch, and here comes the pitching coach for Long Beach, former Angel and Giants, Jerome Williams. With Jeter Ibarra on deck, and with the Pioneer League's home run leader looming, one swing of the bat can instantly bring the Ballers back into this game. Down by 5. Series finale tomorrow night at 6:35 between Long Beach and Oakland. We will then make our way to Modesto for the weekend for the 4th of July. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the Central Valley before we return home for the week to take on the Roadsters for 3 and then the Yuba Souther Freebirds for 3. And then that'll be it for the first half. Records will reset, and Oakland will vie for a playoff spot starting July 14th when we begin the second half. So Ibarra stands in. No outs, second and first for Oakland in the 4th. First pitch, Jeter takes off the outside. The ball skips off the glove of Best, the catcher, and rolls to the backstop. And that allows Allgaier to advance to third and Calora to advance to second on what will likely be a pass ball. A catchable pitch from Best, the catcher, even though it was high and outside. Bautista rests at the belt. Now fires. And Ibarra takes inside with the slider. 2 balls and no strikes. His 17 homers leads the Pioneer League. 42 runs batted in, which leads the team. Bautista's 2-0 coming. Ibarra swings and misses at a big slider. And he was hoping to put over the right field wall into the Long Beach bullpen. That's named after the Angel, Jared Weaver. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch off the end of the bat, and that might have caught Best, the catcher, in a sensitive spot as he is down in a heap and holding his man region down there. He is stretching things out, and the athletic trainer Steve Tubner is out to check in on Bess and make sure he's okay. Well, the bullpen is named after the former All-Star and the Angel Jared Weaver, and then the batting facility, a sparkling batting facility down the first base line, and named after Troy Tulowitzki. Tulo, who played 13 years primarily with the Rockies and was the 7th overall pick in 2005 out of Cal State Long Beach. 2-2 pitch to Ibarra. Here it is. And Jeter chops it foul over towards first. Two balls and 2 strikes. Oakland is down by 5. Bautista throws, and Ibarra takes off the corner with a breaking ball outside. It's a full count. Cam Buford, the left fielder, on deck. Bautista does have an open base if he doesn't want to challenge Ibarra. Now time is called by Jeter. If he wants to take his chances against Buford. Albeit it has been a lengthy at-bat, so if he wanted to pitch around them, he probably should have done it earlier to be a little bit more efficient. 3-2 coming. Ibarra grounds it foul down the first base line. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming. And at this point, when you're 7 pitches deep, you got to go and try and get a strikeout. If he was going to pitch around Ibarra, he would have done it within 4 or 5 pitches. 3-2 from Bautista. Ibarra checks his swing. Did he go? Oh, the third base umpire, Brandon Hastings, said yes. It's hard to tell from our vantage point, but I thought Jeter was able to hold up. A big strikeout for Bautista, his 5th of the game, as he got him on a fastball outside. 1 out for Buford. Oakland trying to chip away at this 5-run deficit here in the 4th. First pitch to Buford is lined up the middle into center, a base hit. Allgaier scores. Calora advances to third and holds there. Cam Buford with a rocket up the middle on the first pitch fastball. 108 miles an hour off the bat, and the Ballers now trail by 4. It is 6-2 Coast on a bullet from Buford. His 22nd RBI of the year. And boy, when he makes sound contact, it is explosive. He's at first base. First pitch to Winland is a slider in tight for ball one. Winland in his first game against his former club yesterday went 1 for 3 with an RBI double. 1-0. Chopped to second. Could be a pair. Jablonski shovels to second for one. Matas turned to first in time, and it's a double play. Oakland scores just one on 2 hits, and they leave a man stranded. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 6-2 Coast, our score here on Ballers Radio. Derek LaFerrier, the DH, leads off for Long Beach. Coast ahead 6-2 on the Ballers here in the bottom of the fourth. Charlie Hurley has thrown 69 pitches in this game. Right on right matchup. First pitch. Fastball inside corner, looked at for strike one. It's a big inning for Charlie. Gave up 5 runs in the third, and this inning could determine whether he goes back out for a fifth or not. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. Ferrier swings underneath. It's 0-2. Long Beach sent 8 men to the plate in the third and scored 5 runs on 3 hits. So if Hurley can work efficiently in the fourth, I don't think there's a doubt that he'll return for the fifth. 0-2. LaFerrier lays off a high fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. LaFerrier, a former San Francisco State Gator in his rookie season. Hurley deals the 1-2. And LaFerrier grounds it softly to third. It's foul. He is a native of Tahoe City. And Long Beach needed a catcher after Tom McCaffrey, their starter, went down with a thumb injury. 25-year-old who originally signed with Yuba Sutter during spring training but did not make the official roster. He was cut just before the start of the year. 1-2. Breaking ball just off the corner outside. It's 2-2. Mendocino College alum for 2 seasons, then went to SF State for 3. The mustached righty Hurley comes set at the belt, and his 2-2 is a fastball in the dirt. 3-2. Eddie Pelk and Emilio Corona to follow. The top of the lineup for the Coast in the fourth. 3-2 to LaFerrier. Popped up, shallow right, long run for McKenzie. Now he slows down and makes the catch before crossing the foul line and on the extended warning track. 1 down. for Eddie Pelk. Hurley threw a season-high 101 pitches last Thursday in Modesto. Right now it's 75. And if all things go well, again, he should be back out for the 5th. First pitch, breaking ball high and outside to Pelk. It skips off Kalura's glove and rolls to the backstop for ball 1. I'm just starting to notice now, I don't think there's any ball boys or bat boys tonight because the quality control coach, A.J. Crapo, has been getting his cardio in today. 1-0. Pelk takes a strike, a fastball on the outside, 1-1. Because it seems like every other foul ball, he's running out to grab either the foul ball or give new balls to the home plate umpire. 1-1. Pelk gets a sharp grounder, but right at the second baseman, O'Sullivan, who collects and tosses to first. And there's 2 down. And now that I think about it, the hitters, the on-deck hitters, have been the ones grabbing the drop bats in between ABs. Independent baseball in Long Beach. Everybody just has to chip in a little bit more to make the wheels turn. Here's the first pitch to Corona. Good curveball at the top of the zone for a called strike 1. 6-2 Long Beach. Bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, base is empty. 0-1. Corona looks at a fastball just outside. Hurley confirming with Ryan Blayberg behind the plate that it was a ball outside. 1-1. The pitch. Corona fouls it back into the screen. It's 1-2. Sun is slowly setting here in Long Beach. Still a fair amount of daylight, but you can start to see the sunset a bit out in left center. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside. It's 2-2. Corona doubled back in the 3rd and then later scored on the best fielder's choice. 2-2. Fastball outside. Full count. Corona's got power. Tied for 7th in the league in homers. Hurley is set. And the payoff pitch is bounced up the middle. Shortstop Cobb ranges to his left, fires to first, and it's in time. It's the first 1-2-3 inning for Hurley tonight. As we head to the 5th here from Long Beach, 6-2 Coast, our score here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to Blair Field, home of the Long Beach State Dirtbags. It's a 6-2 Coast lead as we go to the top of the fifth. Time now for our chat GTP fifth inning. You can chat with G, me, TP, Tyler Peterson, and Spirit, who you'll hear from next week when we're back at home. As Brendan O'Sullivan leads off for Oakland against Bautista. And the first pitch on the way. Watch out. Fastball up and in, but O'Sullivan turns away from the high inside fastball. It's 1-0. Tonight is skater night. That's the promotion here in Long Beach. Skater with a SK8, the number 10. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. And I did see a couple of fans, or I don't know if there were some local organizations of skaters, rollerbladers, roaming the concourse in their rollerblades. 2-0. O'Sullivan takes a strike on the outside. 2-1. And so I guess my question for those out there, what's your favorite form of skating? Are you guys, would you rather roller skate or ice skate, or there's skateboarding? 2-1. Popped up in the shallow right. The second baseman, Jablonski, makes a two-handed catch for the first outs. I'm going to say, personally, I'm a rollerblader. I don't do it very often, but I enjoy it when, I guess when I was younger, getting to just circle around the rink in my very uncomfortable rollerblades. Does anybody have any rollerblading or ice skating memories with family or friends? First pitch to McKenzie. Swing and the miss on a breaking ball. It's 0-1. Hey, Tyler's in the building. He's in the digital building anyway. And he said ice skating is the only one I can do, so there's that. 0-1 pitch. Swing and the miss. Boy, McKenzie well out in front on 2 breaking balls. And it's 0-2. Ice skating, I am worse at. And I'm just a little bit more cautious, I suppose. Just maybe because I know the ice is going to feel harder when I hit the deck, when I inevitably fall. No balls and 2 strikes on McKenzie. Bautista lifts the leg and throws. McKenzie takes high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If I were to rank the different forms of skating in terms of just enjoyment for myself, I'd say rollerblading, ice skating, and then skateboarding. 1-2 to McKenzie. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the breaking ball, low in the zone. 6 strikeouts for Bautista, 2 outs for Tremaine Cobb. And the only reason skateboarding is at the very bottom is because I've actually never tried to skateboard. Never done it. I don't know if I have any interest. I just feel like I'm going to instantly get hurt as soon as I land on the board. First pitch to Cobb. He tomahawks a fastball in the center for a base hit. Multi-hit game for Trey. 2-out single brings Santos to the plate. So, yeah, let me know. It's, again, skater night here in Long Beach. So I asked the question, your favorite form of skating, either ice skating, rollerblading, skateboarding. Do you have any favorite memories, maybe when you were younger or with family or friends doing those activities? Here's Isai. First pitch. Fastball is high. Ball 1. Sarah Landauer said quad skate at DeFremery Park every Thursday from 6 to 9. I'd love to know where that is located. 1-0. Fastball high again. 2 balls, no strikes. Katrine's Christian. I fall on my I fall on my behind when I try any type of skating. I think we've all been in that boat at some shape or form, getting things started. 2-0 pitch to Isai. In the dirt, 3-0. Carl O'Connor says, I don't skate, have tried a few times. I like my bones, where they belong. And frankly, that is, I think, a smart decision if you feel that way. And I think we've had a couple close calls, every one of us, as Santos takes high ball 4 pitch walk. And that is the first issued by Bautista, who has done a nice job to not allow as many walks since donning a Long Beach uniform. He gives up one here with 2 outs. Cobb is at second. Santos at first, and here's Allgaier. Dawn says rollerblading. She, since she was 10 years old, quads. Fantastic memories growing up at the roller rink. And she went skating as well last week with Sarah at the Fremery Park. Tyler said he used to dress like a skateboarder, if that counts. Was that for Halloween, or was that just the vibe back at school? That was the trend? First pitch to Allgaier. In the dirt, it skips through the legs of Bess, rolls behind him, and that allows both to advance. Cobb to third, Santos to second on a wild pitch. Becky Acosta, as a young teen, said roller skating at the Golden Skate was the bomb. Yes, I think that was the one I went to, I believe, in San Ramon. One ball and no strikes. 2 outs the pitch. Allgaier takes high, and that was caught very awkwardly by Bess. 2-0. Yeah, I think that was the one. The Golden Skate in San Ramon, I believe. Definitely went there at least every year or so when I was younger. 2-0 pitch. Allgaier takes a ball in the dirt, and that's a great block by Bess. But it's 3-0. I'm just learning that the Golden Skate is closed indefinitely now in San Ramon. What? How long ago was that? That was updated back in November of 2025 due to illness. No time frame for reopening. Oh no, that's too bad. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Wow, high and outside, ball 4. Bautista has lost control here in the 5th, and Troy Percival is out of the dugout, at least making a few steps towards the mound, and I think that's it for Bautista. Cobb with a single. Bautista walked Santos on 4 pitches, and then here he walks Allgaier on 4 pitches. And with the bases loaded and 2 down, Troy Percival is going to his bullpen for the first time tonight. Tying run is at the plate. Bases loaded with 2 down for Jaden Calora. Oakland down by 4 at 6-2 Coast here on Ballers Radio. Big moment in the game for Oakland as they try to come back in this one, down by 4, 6-2. Long Beach in the 5th. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the Ballers. And Troy Percival, the manager for Long Beach, is making a call to the bullpen for the first time in this game. It's the left-hander Jake Dixon who takes over now for Long Beach after Nick Bautista walked back-to-back batters on 8 pitches to end his day. Dixon, 25 years of age, 6'4", 210 pounds, a native of Clovis, California, and he makes his 18th appearance of the year. 16 strikeouts and 17 in a third innings, and he will face the lefty Jaden Calora. Calora has not seen very many lefties this season. In a small sample size, he is 1 for 7 against Southpaws this year. Just 1 hit in 7 ABs. He'll need one here to extend the inning. First pitch to Calora is a fastball on the outside for a called strike 1. Cobb singled with 2 outs. Santos and Allgaier both walked on 4 pitches. The bases are loaded with 2 out for Calora, who's 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. 0-1 in the dirt on a breaking ball and a good block from Bess out of the crouch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Batista goes 4 2/3 innings today. Dixon throws. Calora bounces it weakly to first. It's fielded by Vest on the in-between hop, and he steps on first base to end the inning. Oakland strands the bases loaded in the 5th, and we are halfway home here in Long Beach. It's the Coast 6 and the Ballers 2 here on Ballers Radio. Bottom 5 here from Long Beach. Gareth Kwok live at Blair Field on the road with the team this week here in Long Beach and in Modesto. It's a 6-2 Coast lead. Long Beach looking for the series victory with the win tonight. And Charlie Hurley remains in the game. Right-hander pitched his first 1-2-3 inning back in the 4th. And the first pitch to Cooper Vest is a fastball low for ball 1. Vest, Bardwell, and Bess, middle of the order, facing Hurley for a 3rd time in the game. 1-0. Vest takes a fastball on the inside for a strike, and it's 1-1. We were talking about rollerblading and or I guess roller skating and rollerblade. Is there a? Am I saying it wrong? Rollerblading, roller skating. Here's two different things. My guy Miles here operating the track man, keeping me company. Ball 2 inside, the 2-1. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. And it's 2-2. Because it's a skater night here in Long Beach. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets him on a fastball low and in. And Charlie Hurley collects his 4th strikeout of the night. 1 out for Bardowell. Dan Silvert asking Gareth, are you familiar with the roller/street hockey rink on St. Mary's Road in Moraga? Yes, I am familiar with it. It's become a pickleball hub out there on St. Mary's Road. The rink, the community rink out there in Moraga. There's a fastball high, 1 ball, no strikes. And I would know because I do play pickleball at that roller rink. 2 balls, no strikes after a ball low. But on Sundays, I believe there is a group of individuals that will reserve the rink for street hockey. 2-0. That hits Bardowell, and I think that's the correct call from Brian Blayberg because it did nick the. I don't know if it got him on the elbow guard or the wrist. Might have just glanced the wrist. So a hit by pitch with 1 out brings up Bess. Second time Bardowell's been hit by a pitch today, and that's the 3rd hit batter committed by Hurley tonight. Here's Cuba Bess. First pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike. The pitch. Blasted to left center. Hit well. Santos on the run, and it is gone. Cuba Bess hits the 3rd homer off Hurley tonight. It's a 2-run shot that extends Long Beach's lead to 6. It's 8-2 Coast. .104 miles an hour off the bat, 390 feet to left center field. All 3 homers hit off of Hurley have come on the fastball. First pitch to Jablonski. He hits it hard on the ground to second, and O'Sullivan boots it, and it rolls behind him in the shallow right, and it'll be an error. So what should have been the second out of the inning, O'Sullivan can't handle the hop, and it brings up Lena, the 3rd baseman. Lena is 0 for 2 in his debut. Hurley just trying to push through the 5th here. 8 runs allowed. 3 homers given up by Hurley. First pitch on the way to Lena. Runner goes. Pitch is low, and Calora can't get the ball out of his mitt. Stolen base for Jablonski, his 5th of the year. Eight runs on, it's only been 5 hits for Long Beach, but they've just been big time hits. 3 home runs, 1 out. Lena rolls it foul down the third base line. 1 ball and 1 strike. Between 3 home runs, a double, and a single. But Hurley has also walked 3 and hit 3 batters. Time is called. This could be Hurley's last batter if he doesn't get Lena. 94 pitches in. He comes set at the belt. And the 1-1. Lena skies it foul behind the plate. It's 1-2. Lena's got a very long curly hair flowing out of the helmet. I mean, it's almost covering half the number behind on his back. 1-2. Low and outside with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's not an afro, but it's some long locks flowing behind his head. 2-2 pitch from Hurley is inside, and it hit him again. Just can't quite snap the breaking ball sharp enough, and it hits Lena. It just glances his arm, and that's going to be it for Hurley tonight. Aaron Miles is out of the dugout. He's walking to the mound, and Charlie Hurley comes 2 outs shy of completing 5. It's a call to the bullpen for Oakland here in the 5th. It's the Coast 8 and the Ballers 2 here on Ballers Radio. Oakland makes its first pitching change of the day here in the 5th, trailing by 6. It's 8-2 Long Beach. Charlie Hurley, the starter, out, and Langston Burkett, the righty, in. The 21-year-old from Santa Cruz, California. And he faces the shortstop, Mata. Charlie Hurley's line is not final yet, but he goes 4 1/3 innings, gives up 5 hits, 8 runs, all earned on 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. First pitch to Mata is a sinker down the middle, taken for strike 1. And he did hit 4 batters as well. No balls and a strike on Mata. Burkett looks at second, now throws. And Mata rolls it foul up the third base line. It's quickly 0-2. Langston is appearing for a 16th time this year. Good strikeout numbers, 25 strikeouts in 16 innings, but he has walked a lot of batters too, 25 walks. 0-2. Low in the dirt with a breaking ball, 1-2. Long Beach has scored 2 runs on the 2-run homer by Cuba Bess. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low in the dirt. A block from Calora. It's 2-2. Burkett last through on Sunday against Yuba. 2-2. Mata fouls it back into the screen. Corded only 1 out, gave up 4 runs, albeit 3 were unearned. Walked 2, struck out 1, and gave up a hit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here on Mata. A look at second to pitch. And he breaks his bat, grounds it to third. Allgaier throws a second for 1 out. O'Sullivan's turn to first. It's in time for an inning-ending double play. Nicely done by Burkett to do his job, get the final 2 outs on 1 swing. But Long Beach pads its lead with 2 runs on the homer by Bess. Off we go to the 6th. It's Long Beach 8, Oakland 2 here on Ballers Radio. A little Boogie Wonderland from Earth, Wind, and Fire to begin the 6th. Oakland trying to boogie in the 6th inning with Oakland down by 6. Well, I just said the word 6 like 5 times in the span of 10 seconds. Ibarra, Buford, and Winland to lead off the 5, 6, and 7 bats. I just said 6 again. And Jake Dixon is back on the mound after getting the final out of the 5th. 8-2 Long Beach. Ibarra, 1 for 2 with a double back in the 2nd. First pitch from the lefty is a fastball middle in for a called strike, and Ibarra is going to use a challenge here.
After review of the Red Pocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge, the pitch has been confirmed for a strike.
Confirmed a strike. It did clip the inside part of the zone. And it's 0-1. Dixon works on the first base side of the rubber and throws. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 0-2. Ibarra against lefties. He is 5 for 15. It's actually fared a little bit better than righties, albeit a much smaller sample size. 0-2 pitch. And he pokes it in the shallow center field. He's got another hit. That was an impressive piece of hitting from Ibarra on a breaking ball outside that he reached for. But he still got enough barrel on it To line it in the shallow center, he's got a 2-hit game. And here is Cam Buford. The lefty versus the righty, Buford. First pitch on the way. Buford takes a fastball low. 1-0. Dixon is set. Lefty's 1-0. Buford checks the swing. It doesn't matter. It's a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Buford drove in Oakland's second run in the fourth with a single up the middle. The pitch is bounced hard to the left side of the infield, picked up by Mata. A jump throw to first is late. So the infield single from Buford works out on a ball hit deep into the hole. Mata reached over on the backhand and then a jump throw to first, but he did not have enough on it. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Paul Winland with the lefty Dixon on the bump. Nick Leahy has grabbed the bat, and he is going to hit for Winland in the sixth.
Oakland, number 23, Leahy.
Winland is the DH for today, so we'll see if Leahy stays as the DH or if Winland will get another at-bat later. First pitch to Leahy is popped up foul over towards first for strike one. Oakland has out-hit Long Beach in this game 9-5, yet just 2 runs to show for it. No balls and a strike. Dixon, a chest high set, delivers. And Leahy looks at a strike. A good slider on the outside. And it's 0-2. Former Fresno State Bulldog, Dixon. He was actually a former Cleveland Indians draft pick back in 2019, but he did not sign. The pitch. Fastball is outside, ball 1. Pitched in Idaho Falls and for Ottawa last year in the Frontier League. So this is his second season in the Pioneer League. Third season overall as a pro. Dixon's 1-2. Leahy hits a fly ball to left. Pelk, the left fielder, broke back, now comes in to make the catch. And Leahy put a good swing on it, but unfortunately, it lands into the glove of Pelk for the first downs. And Troy Percival is going to make a pitching change. Got a couple of righties coming up in O'Sullivan and McKenzie. He's going to take out the lefty Dixon here for a right-handed arm. Pitching change for Long Beach here in the sixth when we return. It's 8-2 Coast here on Ballers Radio. Long Beach makes its second pitching change of the night here in the 6th. 8-2 Coast. It's now the right-hander Ryan Fox who comes in for Troy Percival, 24-year-old from Rancho Santa Margarita, former Idaho Falls Chucker, makes his 18th appearance of the year. 19 strikeouts in 19 2/3 innings, an ERA of 7.32. And with 3 straight righties coming up for Oakland, Troy Percival makes the change from the lefty Dixon to the righty Fox. Brendan O'Sullivan, the batter, with Ibarra at second and Buford at first. 1 out in the 6th. And the first pitch. O'Sullivan swings and misses at a slider for strike 1. 1 for 2 with the single back in the 3rd for the Pleasanton native. Just finished up his college career at the University of the Pacific. 0-1. High with the slider and inside. 1-1. Just about nightfall here in Long Beach. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball on the outside, called a strike. And it's 1-2. TJ McKenzie on deck. Middle infielders are shaded up the middle for Long Beach. 1-2. In the dirt. Good block from the catcher, Bess. 2-2. Sullivan 3 for 16 to start his pro career. Amador Valley, high alum. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He goes down on a high fastball, and there's 2 out for McKenzie. Here's TJ. McKenzie is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Fox is at the belt high set. Right-hander kicks and throws. And McKenzie deals a strike with a fastball on the outside, 0-1. Final game of the series tomorrow night. A 6:35 first pitch here from Blair Field. 0-1. McKenzie leaves it outside and high with a fastball. 1-1. And then we will hit the road to Modesto for the weekend for the 4th of July. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Roadsters for 3 games. 1-1. McKenzie bounces it off of his foot, foul. 1-2 on TJ. Fox, who pitched at San Diego State, Portland, and at Cal State Fullerton. 1-1. Excuse me, the 1-2 is popped up. Out of play over towards first. I correct myself. San Diego State and Cal State Fullerton, not Portland. He pitched for Portland, the Pickles in the West Coast League as one of his summer teams. Former draft league arm for Williamsport for the Crosscutters. 1-2. Fastball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of their high leverage relievers, Julian Hernandez, signed a deal with the D-backs not too long ago. 2-2. McKenzie takes up and in with a fastball, 3-2. So that shuffled the cards a little bit for Troy Percival in terms of his bullpen. Hernandez was really that 7th or 8th inning guy. Volker, the 9th inning guy. Dixon, somebody you could lean on in the 6th or 7th. Runners will be on the move for Oakland. 3-2 pitch. McKenzie fouls it off of Bess, and that might have got him again in that lower region. Oh, my goodness. He's taking a beating down there. He is on the seat of his pants behind the plate. The trainer, Steve Tubner, rushes out to tend to the catcher. And my goodness, I think that, again, that's the second time he's been hit below the belt with a foul ball today. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, it never feels good. Even if you have the protection down there. Bess is crouching down, trying to get back into the squat, see if anything feels the same or different. And at this point, you just need time. Time to heal the wound. He's okay. But that means Fox has to reset after the temporary delay. (8-2) Long Beach. Top 6. Ibarra's at second. Buford at first. It's a payoff pitch for Ryan Fox. He's ready. Here it is. And McKenzie pops it up foul over towards first. Trey Cobb is on deck. 3-2 on McKenzie. Here it is. And TJ hits a fly ball to right, but the right fielder, Bardwell, backpedals to make the catch. Just shy of the warning track, and the side is retired. First 2 men left stranded at second and first for Long Beach. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-2 Coast here on Ballers Radio. Bottom 6 here from Long Beach. Time now for our out-of-town scoreboard update around the Pioneer League. Great Falls punishing Glacier 20-9 in the top of the 7th. Boise and Ogden are tied at 12 in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Burkett to LaFerriere is a fastball on the outside for a called strike 1. Missoula leads 11-10 on Red Pocket in the bottom of the 8th, 0-1. LaFerriere takes the ball outside, 1-1. Billings leads 11-8. They defeated Idaho Falls 11-8. The Mustangs earlier today, 1-1. LaFerriere Lines it foul over towards first. It's 1-2. And last but not least, Modesto is shoving out Yuba Southern 2-0 in the bottom of the fifth. So a couple of high-scoring games today. 1-2. LaFerrier checks a swing. Did he go? And yes, he did, says Bud Dunklin at first base. First strikeout for Burkett. One down in the sixth for Eddie Pelk. 8-2 Coast, our score. Gareth Kwok live here in Long Beach. First pitch to Pelk. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 0-1. Pelk's 1 for 3 with a single and the run scored. The pitch. Fastball high. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. Outside. 2 balls and a strike. Let's take a look at our AC Transit road to the show. 2-1. Pelk swings and misses at a fastball. 2-2. We take a look at how our former ballers are doing in the majors and the minors. White Sox on the road in Baltimore. Orioles won 6-1. No work from Tyler Davis today from Camden Yards. 2-2. Pelk fouls it back into the padded backstop. Still 2-2. See any work from Danny Kerwin in Greenville today? Trying to navigate through the scoreboard here on the minor league baseball website. 2-2 pitch. Pelk takes a fastball outside. 3-2 now. Where's Greenville? They were on the road in Winston-Salem, and Danny Kerwin pitched 2/3 of a scoreless inning as Burkett fans Pelk with the fastball on the outside for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Burkett. There's 2 down. Danny Kerwin, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Albeit the drive fell to the Winston-Salem dash, 12-4. Here's Emilio Corona, first pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Corona chases a high fastball, and it's 0-2. No action from Gabe Tanner down in Single A Kannapolis for the White Sox Single A affiliate. 0-2. Fastball is, wow, it looked like it was in there. It's ruled a ball. And we have a challenge from Calora.
After review, the Red Pocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge. The call has been overturned.
And the call's been overturned. Calora gets it right. Langston Burkett with a 1-2-3-6 as he strikes out the side. Off we go to the 7th. Ballers need offense as they trail by 6, 8-2. Top of the lineup coming up. Cobb, Santos, and Algar when we return here on Ballers Radio. 2/3 of the way through here in Long Beach. Oakland is down by 6 runs. It's 8-2 Coast. Top of the lineup due up for Oakland as Ryan Falks remains in the game for Long Beach. And the first pitch to Cobb is a slider inside for ball 1. We continue our AC Transit Road to the Show update. Gabe Tanner, if all things go to plan, he should get the 4th of July start for Kannapolis this Saturday. Fastball is inside 2-0 after he dealt 5 innings of scoreless baseball on Sunday against the Columbia Fireflies. 2-0 fastball is on the outside for a strike. 2-1. On Sunday, 5 innings, no runs, no strikeouts. 2-1. Cobb takes up and in with the breaking ball, 3-1. So again, if the Cannonballers have this rotation in order, he should get the start on 4th of July Saturday. 3-1. Cobb lifts off deep to left field. Where will this land? My goodness, it is way out of here for Tremaine Cobb. A titanic blast from Tremaine. 431 feet to left field, 109 off the bat, and the Ballers are down within 5. It's 8-3 Coast. Holy smokes. Just a gigantic blast from Tremaine Cobb on a fastball that wasn't even in the strike zone. It was well inside. Here's Isai, and he rules the first pitch foul towards first. 3-hit game for Tremaine. Again, what did I say? 431, 109. The 0-1 pitch is a bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, you could hear oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Long Beach as soon as he made contact. 1-1. Santos rips one in the right, and that drops in front of Bardowell for a base hit. So a homer, a single. Santos has a 2-hit game. I mean, Oakland's offense has scored 11 has collected a hit 11 times today. Just 3 runs. But can they tack on the more here? Jake Allgaier to the plate with Oakland down by 5. First pitch from Falks. Low and in with a fastball. And it's 1-0. And Jerome Williams is out of the dugout. He's going to make a mound visit, and I would guess this is just to give some time for the bullpen out in right field with Fox starting to labor. Well, anyway, that would be special for Gabe as Kannapolis is on the road in Wilmington. Oh, I'm sorry, Wilson. The Wilson Warbirds, the new single-A affiliate of the Brewers in Wilson, North Carolina. And last but not least, as part of our AC Transit Road to the Show update, Noah Milliken. The Milkman got the start today for the Florida Complex League Nationals, their rookie ball affiliate. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up just 1 earned run on 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 7, but his offense gave him no run support. They were shut out by the Florida Complex League Mets 2-0 earlier today. My question is, what else does Noah Milliken need to do to earn a promotion to single A? I mean, it's I think a genuine question, a legitimate question. This man has a .53 ERA in rookie ball in 5 appearances. First pitch to Allgaier. The second pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Noah's given up 1 earned run in 17 innings in rookie ball. I mean, can he just be promoted to single A Fredericksburg by now? 2-0. Allgaier takes high. Ball 3. And you know what? I mean, Troy Percival is standing outside of the dugout, and he's leaning up against the rail. If Fox gives up the walk, he might make the walk out there himself to the mound. 3-0. Fastball right down the pipe, called a strike. 3-1. 8-3 Coast. Tremaine Cobb with his 8th homer of the year to make it a 5-run game. 3-1. Allgaier takes a strike. Fastball down the middle, and it's 3-2. And by the way, that home run from Trey is the 82nd this season for the Ballers as part of our Sonic Home Run Tracker. Your home run tracker brought to you by Sonic Internet. 3-2. Allgaier takes ball 4 outside. The first 3 batters have reached for Oakland. The home run, single, and now a walk. And maybe I spoke a little too soon on Troy Percival's behalf. Nope, I did not. Oh, I thought he fooled me. He was taking a step. He took a step to the mound, then spinned around. Well, this could very well be his last hitter if Fox can't get Calora. Second and first, nobody out. Oakland looking for its best offensive inning of the game. First pitch. Calora takes a strike. A fastball on the outside. 0-1. Calora is 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch. No balls and a strike. Fox throws. Calora takes outside. 1-1. Calora batted .432 in the month of June. He leads the team in batting average. Spin throw to second. Santos dives back safely. Didn't have much of a lead off of second. Already 1 run in the 7th. Could you make it at least a 3-run ball game heading into the stretch? 1-1. Swing and a miss. On a fastball, it's 1-2. You can get it down to 3 runs heading into the bottom of the 7th, even 2 runs. You would feel still pretty good about your chances. And there is a righty warming up in the Long Beach bullpen who appears to be ready. 1-2 on Calora. Fox throws. Calora takes outside. Fastball misses. It's 2-2. The Coast have turned 2 double plays today. One was on a lineout. The other was a 4-6-3 double play in the 4th. 2-2. Calora bounces it to first. Vest throws to second for 1. Mata's turn to first, and it is in time for a double play. Santos to third. Allgaier forced out on the 3-6-1 double play, and that one hurt. Wasn't hit all that hard, but Calora, who's dealing with that sore foot after being hit by the pitch. So plenty of time for Long Beach to turn the double play. There's 2 outs for Ibarra. First pitch in the dirt, and what a block from Bess on a ball that was spiked in the dirt. Ball 1. You can hear the organ playing in the background. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, high and outside, pops out of the glove of Bess. It's 2-0. Boy, what a great addition to have this organ. It's located all the way at the end of the press box to my right. There's a gentleman that's been playing in between pitches and in between innings. 2-0. There's a strike. Breaking ball at the top of the zone, 2-1. Oakland losing by 5, 8-3. The pitch. There's another breaking ball, and that's another called strike down the middle. 2-2 on Jeter. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Deuce is wild. The pitch. High and outside, ball 3. On deck is Buford. Ibarra uses a timeout. Steps out to restrap the batting gloves. I was told that this organ player fills in for the Dodgers from time to time. Got a big league sound to it. 3-2. Ibarra hits a high fly ball down the right field line, but it lands on top of the Troy Tulowitzki batting facility for a foul ball. I should say the batting facility is also named in recognition of Troy's wife, Danielle. So it's the Troy and Danielle Tulowitzki batting facility. Payoff pitch. Fastball is at the knees, a called strike 3. Ibarra, I can't believe it. Inning over. 1 run in for Oakland on the Tremaine Cobb solo homer. Time to stretch. The Planet Fitness 7th inning stretch. It's Oakland 3, Long Beach 8 here on Ballers Radio. It's the Planet Fitness 7th inning stretch. Your 7th inning stretch brought to you by Planet Fitness. Long Beach leads 8-3 on the Ballers. A run in the 7th on the Tremaine Cobb 431-foot homer to left field of Ryan Fox. Langston Burkett remains in the game, and he deals a first pitch fastball inside for ball 1. 1-0. Vest fouls it off with the glove of Calora for strike 1. 3 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Oakland today. 8 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Long Beach. Burkett works from the line, the 1-1. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Oakland has stranded 8 men on base. Long Beach has stranded just 3. 2-1. Vest fouls it back into the screen. The count moves to 2-2. Oakland has gone 2 for 14 with runners in scoring position today. If you're wondering why they have just 3 runs on 11 hits, 2-2. Vest spoils it foul over towards third, 2-2. Burkett, so far so good. An inning and 2/3 of scoreless relief. He struck out the side in the 6th. He winds the 2-2. Fastball outside, full count. Charlie Hurley, the starter, went 4 1/3 innings. Gave up 8 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks with 4 strikeouts. 3-2. Vest goes down swinging on the fastball for strike 3. Langston Burkett. Tell you what, this is the best he has looked this season. He has retired 6 in a row, and he has struck out 4 in a row. Here's Matthew Bardowell. Bardowell has been hit by a pitch twice. First pitch slider. Grabs the outside for a strike, 0-1. Burkett works quickly, 0-1. Bardowell takes strike 2. A low outside fastball. Burkett right now with sharp command of the heat and the off speed. Bardowell was hit in the back by a breaking ball and then in the wrist with a fastball. Here's a breaking ball well outside and to the backstop for a ball, 1-2. Although he didn't get hit on the wrist flush. It just kind of glanced him. 1-2. Bardowell goes down swinging on the fastball. How about Langston Burkett? 5 consecutive strikeouts. And now 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief. There's 2 outs for Cuba Bess. Bess has driven in 3. First pitch, fastball outside, ball 1. He took Hurley deep in the 5th with a 2-run opposite field homer. 1-0. Outside with a fastball, 2-0. Burkett's a big fella, 6'6", 250 pounds. He's the youngest player on the team, though, at just 21 years of age. 2-0. Bess chases a high fastball for strike 1. Two one. Bess fouls it off to the left, 2-2. Long Beach Coast announcer Jesse Cook texting me the name of the organist who's been on the money tonight. Jeff Liffman, again, who fills in for the Dodgers. 2-2. Fastball outside, full count. Can he strike out the side for a second straight frame? Jablonski is on deck. 8-3 Coast in the bottom of the 7th. Payoff pitch is fouled off to the left again by Cuba Bess. Former Padres farmhand facing a former Red Sox and Rockies farmhand. Full count pitch coming. And Bess stays alive. He fouls it back. Now he's starting to see the fastball a little bit better. And AJ Crapo, quality control coach for Long Beach and our good friend with the Coast. He is, I don't know how many miles he has ran today, fetching baseballs behind the plate. 3-2. Bess lines it sharply in the center, but it hangs for Santos, who makes the catch, and the side is retired. Best outing yet for Langston Burkett today, as he has set down 8 in a row. We go to the 8th. 8-3 Long Beach, our score here on Ballers Radio. 8th inning here from Blair Field. You're listening to Oakland Ballers Baseball here on Ballers Radio. Gareth Kwok live in Long Beach, and Oakland is down by 5. 8-3 Coast. And a familiar face takes the hill for Long Beach. It's Liam Rocha, who deals the first to Cam Buford. Fastball misses up and in for ball 1. The former baller, Rocha, now a member of the Long Beach bullpen, fires a 1-0. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Just his second appearance of the year with Long Beach since he was claimed off of waivers. The pitch is popped up. On the infield, it's the second baseman Jablonski with his feet on the outfield grass, on the edge of the outfield grass. And he makes the catch for the first outs. Here is Winland. First pitch is hammered to right center field. Back goes Bardowell. He's on the run, and it is gone. Paul Winland in his second game back here against his former club, and he tees off against the former baller, Liam Rocha, for his 3rd homer in a baller uniform, his 8th of the year, and Oakland gets a run closer. It's now 8-4 Coast in the 8th. There's that power from Paul Winland, and we have seen firsthand, whether it's been at Long Beach uniform or now the last 3 homers in a baller's uniform. First pitch to O'Sullivan is fouled back into the screen for strike 1. The home run traveling 397 feet, 102 miles an hour, the exit velocity. And that is the 83rd homer of the season hit by the Ballers. 0-1. O'Sullivan takes a ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. As always, your home run tracker brought to you by Sonic Internets. 1-1 pitch to O'Sullivan. He pops it up over towards first. Long run for Vest. He does not have room. It lands foul. 1-2. Rocha was released back on June 19th, so that was just about 2 weeks ago. Long Beach claimed him off waivers, and here he is making his second appearance for the Coast. 1-2 to O'Sullivan. Fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He made 8 appearances for Oakland, and while he flashed good strikeout stuff, 19 strikeouts and 15 in the 3rd innings, he also walked a lot of guys, 16 walks. 2-2. O'Sullivan lines it into left field, a base hit. Just past the outstretched mitt of the 3rd baseman, Lena. And Oakland has a man on first with 1 out for TJ McKenzie. As Oakland tries to make a little noise here in the 8th. That is the 13th hit of the day for Oakland. I mean, 13 hits and just 4 runs to show for it. You don't see that very often. But Oakland has not hit well with runners in scoring position. They are 2 for 14. It's been a lot of singles. And for Long Beach, just 5 hits, but 8 runs because 3 of those hits left the ballpark. Oakland down by 4. Here's McKenzie. First pitch. TJ takes up and in with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Rocha, the former Minnesota Twins farmhand. 1-0. Fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. And here comes Troy Percival. Now, Rocha has faced the minimum 3 batters. Wow, he is pulling him in a 2 ball, no strike count. He has seen enough. He just made the point to the bullpen. And the lack of patience from Troy Percival evident here in the 8th. Rocha sees just 3 batters. And in a 2-0 count here on McKenzie, he is pulling the plug here on Rocha and summoning a new reliever. We'll see if it's Volker for a second straight game. 8-4 Coast as we hit the pitching change here in the top of the 8th on Ballers Radio. Troy Percival summons his side-arming righty, Steven Ordorica, in a 2-0 count on TJ McKenzie in the top of the 8th. Oakland is down by 4, 8-4. Ordorica relieves the former Ballers righty, Liam Rocha, in a 2-0 count. First pitch from Ordorica is a strike, a fastball on the inside, and McKenzie is going to use the last challenge for Oakland today.
After review of the Red Pocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge, the call has been overturned to a ball.
And McKenzie got it right. Fastball that barely misses the inside. Certainly don't fault the home plate umpire, Ryan Blaberg, for calling that a strike. It's 3-0 here on McKenzie. The pitch is a fastball down the middle for a called strike. And it's 3-1. O'Sullivan's at first base. 3-1. Ordorica spins, throws to first, and he's back in with a dive. Rocha only faces 3 batters, gives up a 1-out homer to Winland, a single to O'Sullivan, and on a 2-0 count, he's pulled. 3-1. McKenzie takes in the dirt, ball 4. Oakland has gotten plenty of chances in this game. They need to capitalize here if they want to get back into this one. Trey Cobb at the plate. A mammoth homer to left, back in the 7th. First pitch, he takes a strike. A fastball at the knees, 0-1. Ordorica, 27 years of age, from La Puente, California. Looks at second, the 0-1. Inside with the fastball, it's 1-1. The Tyler Rogers of this team. A 22nd appearance for Ordorica, which leads the club. 3.57 ERA in 22 2/3 innings. 1-1. Cobb swings and misses at the slider, and he's behind 1-2. That's what makes Ordorica tough to hit. That low arm slot almost looks like he's scraping the dirt. His knuckles are going to scrape the dirt before delivering the pitch. 1-2. Cobb fouls it off his foot. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trey. A 431-foot homer to left at 109 miles an hour off the bat against Fox. He is 3 for 4. O'Sullivan at second, McKenzie at first. 1-2 pitch is high and outside. The check swing, he did not go. 2-2. Orderica comes set at the belt. 2-2. Cobb chops it to second. High hop for Jablonski. Gets the out at second for 1. Throw to first. Mata throws it away, and he throws it into the dugout. And O'Sullivan will be awarded home plate. And Cobb should be allowed to advance to second. A wild throw from Mata after he received the shovel from Jablonski, and it's now an 8-5 Long Beach lead. So a fielder's choice, no RBI for Cobb, but an E6 on Mata. And here is Santos with 2 out. First pitch. Isai flies it foul off to the left for strike 1. So 2 runs in on 2 hits and an error. 0-1. Flied foul again down the left field line. And it's 0-2. Eight to 5, Long Beach. 0-2 on Santos. The pitch is rolled to second. Chest high hop for Jablonski, and he throws out Santos to end the inning. Oakland scores 2 on 2 hits and an error. Paul Windland hits his 3rd homer as a baller, and it's a 3-run game as we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-5 Coast here on Ballers Radio.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Oakland, number 20, Jacob Peterson. Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, number 27, Jacob Jablonski.
Oakland makes a call to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch from Jacob Petersheim, the Colorado State Pueblo righty, throws a fastball, and it's fouled away by Jablonski for strike 1. 2 runs in the top of the 8th for Oakland. It's 8-5 Coast, our score. Petersheim works from the wind. Righty's 0-1. is a fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jablonski has hit 2 homers today. Driven in 4, including a 3-run homer in the 3rd. 1-1. Slider low inside in the dirt. 2-1. Petersheim is making his 3rd appearance of the year. He has given up 9 runs in 4 innings. 2-1 pitch, fastball middle in for a called strike, and it's 2-2. 1 strikeout, 3 walks for Petersheim, who nods and deals a 2-2. And Jablonski foul tips it into the glove of Calora for strike 3. So just his 2nd professional strikeout, as here comes Dylan Lena. Petersheim, 22 years of age, a native of Broadway, Virginia, which is by Harrisonburg, where James Madison University is located. 6'3", 205 pounds. First pitch to Lena is a fastball down the middle for a called strike 1. Rookie out of Colorado State Pueblo, just completed his college career with the Thunderwolves of CSU Pueblo. 0-1. Lena takes a strike, a fastball down the middle. 0-2. A 6.82 career ERA and 4 seasons with the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. Ahead 0-2, the pitch. Lena strikes out swinging on the high fastball. The bullpen has been terrific for Oakland between Burkett and now Petersheim. They've set down the last, is that 10 in a row? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row since the bottom of the 5th. Here's Anthony Mata. Oakland down by 3, 8-5. First pitch to Mata is a breaking ball taken for a strike. 0-1. Burkett with his best outing of the year. No question about it. 0-1. Mata takes a slider outside. 1-1. 5 strikeouts for Burkett. 2 2/3 innings. No runs, no hits, no walks. 1-1. Mata leaves a slider outside. 2-1. Excellent work from Burkett. And now Petersheim trying to keep it a 3-run game before we head to the 9th. Petersheim's 2-1. Mata takes a fastball down the middle, and it's 2-2. Oakland in the top of the 9th will have Allgaier, Calora, and Ibarra. The 3, 4, and 5 bats against, we'll see if it's Ordorica who goes back out there, or does Volker come back out for the 9th for a 2nd straight game. 2-2. Check swing and a miss on a high fastball for strike 3. Jacob Petersheim strikes out the side in the 8th. And the Ballers are down to their final 3 outs once again, this time needing 3 runs to extend the game. It's 8-5 Coast with Allgaier, Calora, Ibarra coming up here on Ballers Radio.
Leading off the top of the ninth inning, third baseman number 15, Jake Allgaier.
Here we go. Oakland is down to its final 3 outs on this Wednesday. Long Beach on the verge of clinching this series with a second win this week over Oakland. 8-5 Coast, top of the ninth. Jake Allgaier leads off against the side-arming Ordorica. And the first pitch, fastball is inside for ball 1. Allgaier, Calora, and Ibarra. 3, 4, and 5 bats due up for Oakland. 1-0. Fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. 3 runs to tie, 4 runs to take the lead. Oakland has scored in each of the last 2 frames. 2-0. Allgaier takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. Oakland, I believe, has 1 challenge remaining. It's 2-1 on Allgaier. Ordorica throws, and Allgaier pulls it foul down the right field line. 2-2. 5 runs on 13 hits. 1 error committed by Oakland. 8 runs, 5 hits. 1 error for Long Beach. A very odd box score. 2-2 is on the lower outside corner for a called strike 3, but Allgaier wants to challenge. And he's going to get this right.
After review of the Red Pocket Mobile Strike Zone Challenge, the call has been overturned.
Pitch just off the corner outside. Oakland retains its last challenge. It's 3-2, and you had to challenge here if you're Jake. Who knows if this pitch again is close? He'll probably use it. 3-2. Tapped. Foul. At the plate. Somehow got a piece. As it was rolling and spinning in the lefty box. Jalen Calora to follow. Oakland needs a base runner. 3-2 pitch. Allgaier fights it off foul down the left field line. There is a righty warming up in the bullpen for Long Beach, but it's not Zach Volker. Different right-hander available. 3-2. Low and outside, ball 4. Ordorica thought he had strike 3 initially. Allgaier challenged it, won the challenge, and he loses Allgaier here with the walk. And that will be it for Ordorica. Troy Percival will use a 5th reliever tonight, looking for the final 3 outs. Oakland needs another base runner on to bring the tying run to the plate when we return. It's 8-5 Long Beach in the top of the 9th here on Ballers Radio. top 9 here from Blair Field at Long Beach State. And Troy Percival is turning to a 5th reliever out of his pen to try and get the final 3 outs of this game. It's 8-5 Long Beach. And the man that he is turning to is his son, Cole Percival, the former Diamondbacks and Twins farmhand, faces Jaden Colora with Allgaier at first after he drew a leadoff walk. First pitch from Percival is a fastball down the middle for a called strike 1. No balls and a strike. The son, 27 years of age, 6'5", 220 pounds. Was in the Atlantic League last year for Lexington. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the changeup. And it's 0-2. He was also with AAA St. Paul, AA Wichita, and also with AA Somerset in the Yankee system last year. So he's reached as high as AAA in the minors. And Colora is behind 0-2. 0-2 pitch is lined foul down the left field line. Tyler Peterson in our chat saying he's a franchise pitcher. Because he is, yes, more than over the limit of 3 years in the Pioneer League, but each team is granted at least 1. So Percival is their guy, looking for the save here. 0-2. Colora takes a fastball inside at 94, and it's 1-2. Big high leg kick. Explosive fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Percival is set. Right-handers 1-2. Fastball is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I must say that the high leg kick does sort of look like his pops back in the day. Of course, Troy got the final out of the 2002 World Series over the Giants as a member of the Angels. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Colora. It's a deep fly ball to right. Bardowell is back. He can't make the catch. Bounces off the warning track and up against the wall. Allgaier advances to third, and Colora's got a double. 2 men in scoring position, nobody out, and Jeter Ibarra, the Pioneer League's home run leader, comes up to the plate, representing the tying run. On a pitch that was below the knees. I don't know how Colora got that changeup, but he golfed it to deep right center, and he landed it on the warning track in right center. First hit of the day for Colora. And here is Ibarra. And how fitting would this be? He tied the game yesterday down to his final out with an opposite field home run. He is a tying run at the plate here in the ninth tonight. First pitch is fouled back into the screen for strike 1. Percival has pitched in 5 seasons as a professional. 0-1. Ibarra lines it up the middle over the umpire's head, a base hit. Allgaier scores. Colora stops at third, and Jeter Ibarra has a 3-hit game. 8-6 Long Beach as Ibarra drives in his 43rd run of the year. And as Aaron Miles used a pinch runner here for Ibarra, he has Noah Blythe and Connor Smith available off the bench. No, he's going to leave Ibarra in. Here's Cam Buford. First pitch. Cam takes a ball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Another 3-hit game for Jeter Ibarra. 1-0 on Cam. Percival throws. And misses at a breaking ball. It's 1-1. That's 3 straight 3-hit games for Ibarra. He is a tying run at first with nobody out. 8-6 Coast, 2-run game. 1-1 in the dirt, blocked by Bess, and it's 2-1. There's an eerie silence before Percival delivers the pitch here in Long Beach, as most of the crowd has thinned out on this Wednesday, but still a handful of Ballers fans in attendance tonight. 2-1. Buford hits a fly ball deep to right. Down the line, it is foul. The right fielder Bardowell crossed into foul ground and was not able to make the catch. Again, our view is obscured out there in right. So it's 2-2. Two and two. Here it is. And Buford strikes out swinging on the slider. 1 away. Here's the DH Winland. Oakland has 15 hits, 6 runs. Winland has homered today. Percival set at the belt. And now a step off and a fake throw to first as Ibarra dives in. How interesting is this matchup? Paul Winland, the former Long Beach infielder, facing the son of the Long Beach manager, Troy Percival, who let him go. First pitch, Winland pops it up, foul, over towards third for strike 1. Wouldn't this be sweet revenge for Paul? A 397-foot homer back in the 8th. His 8th of the year, his 3rd as a baller. 0-1. Percival fires. And Winland hits a fly ball off the end of the bat in the medium deep right center. Corona charges in, makes the catch, and Calora bluffs a tag at third base. There's no reason for him to even risk trying to score with him not representing the tying or winning run. So Winland just got out in front on that breaking pitch. 2 outs for O'Sullivan, and Oakland is now down to its final out. Eight to 6 Coast. Calora's at third, Ibarra at first. O'Sullivan is 2 for 4 today. First pitch from Percival is fouled over towards first for strike 1. No balls and a strike. There's a big gap up the middle for O'Sullivan. 0-1 from Percival. Fastball is up and away, and a challenge is going to be used by Cuba Best, the catcher.
After review of the red pocket bull strike zone challenge, the pitch has been overturned to a strike.
Pitch is overturned to a strike. It just clipped the high outside corner, and O'Sullivan now is down to his final strike. It's 0-2. Two strikes, 2 outs. Percival deals. And O'Sullivan takes in the dirt. It skips by Best. Here comes Calora ahead for a slide. He is safe. And it's now a one-run game, and Ibarra advances to second on the wild pitch. So a big sequence there. As Percival missed wildly, low in the dirt. Tying run now in scoring position. Can O'Sullivan tie the score? Percival comes home, 1-2. And O'Sullivan spoils it foul somehow. Just got a piece. Oakland has one challenge left. Long Beach with two challenges left. 2 runs are in on 2 hits. Percival takes a deep breath, looks at second twice. And now an inside move. Ibarra has a wide lead off of second because they're not holding him on. And any extra room off the bag is crucial for Ibarra, given he's not the fastest on the team. He needs every extra step. So Percival steps off. It is 1-2 on O'Sullivan. Percival deals, and O'Sullivan takes outside with a slider. 2-2. Long Beach 8, Oakland 7. Ballers down to their final strike. It's 2-2 with 2 down. Ibarra the tying run at second. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Percival gets O'Sullivan with the slider, and the ball game is over. Oakland's comeback falls a run short. They put the tying run in scoring position, but Troy Percival calls on his son to slam the door, and he indeed slams the door as the Coast win the series. They've taken the first 2 games this week here on their home turf over the Ballers, and they win this one by a final of 8-7 on this Wednesday night. Final score, Long Beach 8, Oakland 7. The Ballers postgame show is coming up right after this here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to the Ballers postgame show as Oakland falls for a second straight night here in Long Beach by a final of 8-7. Oakland's 9th inning comeback falls just a bit short as they strand the tying run at second base. Cole Percival strikes out Brendan O'Sullivan to end this ball game. Back here on Ballers Radio, I'm Gareth Kwok. This is the Ballers postgame show as Oakland played catch-up the entire game, really, in this one after falling behind by as many as 5 in this game, or by as many as 5 and by as many as 6 at one point. It was a 8-2 ball game through 5 innings after Long Beach had scored 5 runs in the third off Charlie Hurley. 5 runs on 3 hits off Hurley, including a 3-run homer from Jacob Jablonski. He had 2 homers on the day, including a solo homer in the second to open the scoring for the Coast. So Long Beach had 6 runs through the first 3 innings. Oakland had just 1 run through the first 3 and 2 runs through the first 5, as the Coast led by, again, as many as 6, 8-2. Cuba Best hit a 2-run shot off Hurley in the 5th with 1 out to the opposite field, and Hurley was unable to get through the 5th inning. So his final line for tonight for the Ballers starter, 4 1/3 innings, 8 runs allowed on 5 hits with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. But Oakland would slowly and surely make a comeback. And offense, though, really not an issue. After collecting 15 hits, they out-hit Long Beach by 10 in this game, 15-5. And they would start the comeback in the 7th thanks to Tremaine Cobb. Cobb with a 431-foot home run to left field off of Ryan Fox made it a 5-run game. And then 2 runs in the 8th. Paul Windland homered to right center for his 3rd as a baller. And a fielder's choice throwing error from Anthony Mata on an attempted double play brought home Brendan O'Sullivan from 3rd base. So that made it a 3-run game, 8-5 heading into the 9th inning. And the bullpen gave Oakland a chance in this one. Langston Burkett with 2 2/3 of scoreless baseball, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Jacob Petersheim struck out the side in the 8th. The Ballers bullpen did not allow a base runner beginning from the bottom of the 5th to the 8th. So they were excellent, and that allowed Oakland one last chance in the 9th to try and come from behind. Jake Allgaier would lead off the frame against the sidearmer Ordorica with a walk. Jaden Calora doubled to advance into 3rd, and then a single from Jeter Ibarra to right center brought home Allgaier to make it a 2-run game. Calora advanced to 3rd. Ibarra was at 1st, and Troy Percival would summon his son, Cole Percival, the former minor leaguer and AAA reliever for St. Paul, the Twins organization, a franchise player, and he came in, struck out Buford, got Windland to fly out to center, and then with O'Sullivan at the plate, he threw a wild pitch on the 1-2 that allowed Calora to score from 3rd and Ibarra to advance to 2nd. So all of a sudden, it's an 8-7 Long Beach lead with the tying run at 2nd and 2 down, but Percival struck out O'Sullivan swinging to end the night, and the Ballers unable to come back from down 6, scoring 5 in the final 3 frames, but they strand the tying run at 2nd and fall for a 2nd straight night to Long Beach. Final score today, Long Beach 8, Oakland 7. The final score, final totals in this one, 7 runs on 15 hits, 1 error for Oakland, and they stranded 10 on base. Long Beach, 8 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They stranded only 3 on base. Winning pitcher today is Jake Dixon, who pitched the 2/3 of an inning in scoreless fashion. He improves to 2-0. Charlie Hurley, the losing pitcher, now at 1-3, and Cole Percival collects his 2nd save of the year in a game that lasted 3 hours and 14 minutes here from Blair Field at Long Beach. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the Pioneer League scoreboard, and we'll preview tomorrow's series finale. Oakland will try and head back with a victory. And before we begin this road trip, before we continue this road trip in Modesto, It's all coming up next when the Ballers postgame show continues right here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to the Ballers postgame show here in Long Beach. Final score tonight from Blair Field. Long Beach 8, Oakland 7. Coast improved to 30-8. They are now the first team in the Pioneer League to reach 30 wins this year. And Oakland now drops to 16-22 and have lost the first two games of this series, and they'll look for the series finale tomorrow night. One last look at some scores around the Pioneer League today. The Great Falls Voyagers blow out Glacier 22-12. Ogden wins 15-12 on Boise. Missoula, a 17-10 win over Red Pocket. Boy, some very high-scoring games in the Mountain States. A 17-10 win for the Paddleheads over the Mobiles. Billings defeats Idaho Falls 11-8. They remain in second place in the Pioneer League at 28-9. And last but not least, Modesto leads 7-2 on Yuba Sutter in the top of the 9. So Long Beach 30-8, Billings at 28-9, and they now have a 5.5 game lead on Glacier. Their 8-game win streak comes to an end. All right, let's take a look at tomorrow night's series finale. Oakland will try and salvage the final game of this 3-game series before we head off to Modesto for the 4th of July weekend. Tomorrow night at 6:35. Tomorrow's probables for Oakland, it'll be the right-hander Griffin Smith, the rookie out of Washington State, taking on the left-hander Garrett Van Deventer for Long Beach. Again, first pitch scheduled for 6:35 here from Blair Field, and we'll have the Ballers pregame show at 6:15 right here on Ballers Radio, on the YouTube channel, and on the Home Team Network. But for now, that's going to do things for us here from Blair Field. For Tyler Peterson, I'm Gareth Kwok saying so long. Final score tonight, Long Beach 8, Oakland 7. Long Beach has taken the first two games of the series, and they have won a third consecutive series over Oakland this year. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to you all tomorrow, but until then, so long, everybody.